Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Wednesday, October 5th, 2022, a little after 3 p.m. Eastern. Tonight we're having a Time for Change call, and it's going to be a real humdinger, as they would say. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern. Let them throw their curses. If inside I am connected to what's true, my soul stays quiet and clear. Do you think God worries what people say? If a few ashes fall on a mirror, use them to polish it. Lala, 14th century North Indian mystic. Quite an interesting statement, isn't it? If a few ashes fall on a mirror, use them to polish it. No matter what happens to any of us in this life, remember this one wonderful understanding. We are powerful, absolute beyond measure, beautiful beyond words, and truly extraordinary beings who have access to unlimited love, creativity, and pleasure. These are the facts. They're not hearsay. These are the facts. And all this is, and more is available inside every one of us. Now, the crucial application here is to access it. Sit in a state of wonder. Be in awe of this understanding. And even if you were to try it for just a few minutes and see what happens, you might discover some resistance, denial, and perhaps the realization that this amazing fact is already within you. It's good to know that each block we encounter in this life is our greatest catalyst to diving into a deeper experience of our most enlightened selves. Every experience we have as human beings contains a doorway to this divine state. All that's needed is to look for the door, reach out for the golden handle, and walk on through. A lot of people, if you could picture this, are all standing there looking at the door. And they can see very clearly the golden knob. All they have to do is turn it walked in. But they stand there and they watch it. They don't put their hand on it to open it. There is nothing as easy and fulfilling as entering the magnificent paradise that is within our very being. It's easiest to discover this warm, fuzzy feeling inside when you are alone, in nature, quiet, and looking within yourself for many hours. To arrive at this place means letting go of the hectic outer world. Put away the busy, overly productive to-do list. Devote to spend some solid quality time with you. Whatever is stopping you, or any of us, from making time for ourselves is blocking us from experiencing the most tremendous freedom and love and joy. So my invitation for you is that you let go of your life. Emotionally, mentally, and intentionally loosen your grip and relax into your true self. It doesn't mean you're going to, throw your life away or lose it or anything like that. It means that you're going to disengage from it. Here you will find this powerful, beautiful is not easy at first. It isn't. Especially when we are used to spending our lives living like like a vice grip, a tight fist, white knuckling. So most of us will need practice loosening the grip. And try it for at least 1 hour every day. You might be pleasantly surprised how much you look forward to this time. It's letting go means that you're not you're not holding it and hugging it and gripping it so tight that you're smothering it. It's there, you know it's there, and it's focusing on your breath, moving into the now. This is where you're a watcher of the ego mind, the subconscious mind, and your life, the life that you are in currently. The fact is that every one of us, you are worth it. When you look at yourself in the mirror, a lot of people have issues with this. They don't want to look at themselves in the mirror because they're viewing the external reality of the body. That's it. Not what's in it. Not what's in it. But when you look at yourself in the mirror, what you see is seeing you. This is what the mind, our minds just, they can't grasp that. They're too small. It's like, yeah, right, okay. Yeah, there's something looking back at me. Sure there is. When you look at yourself in the mirror, and you look in the eyes, your eyes, right? You know, in the center of the eye, there's a little dark circle, hole, whatever you want to call it, tunnel. Now, maybe not always clearly do we see, yet we can only see aspects of ourselves. Our entire lives are too huge, too amazing, and magnificent to digest in just one sitting. It's like you can look back at your day and remember most of what happened, yet try and look back on your entire life and even past lifetimes and digest everything in the same detailed manner. And we're just so much bigger than our minds can conceive. We're just way too big for our minds, the gods that we are in these bodies, the essence. When you come to the edge of all the light you know and are about to step off into the darkness of the unknown, faith is knowing one of two things will happen. There will be something solid to stand on, or you will be taught how to fly. When you come to the edge of all the light you know, you are about to step off into the darkness of the unknown. Faith is knowing one of two things will happen. There will be something solid to stand on, or you will be taught how to fly. That's an unknown. To start feeling a fraction of just how amazing we all truly are, begin with letting go of any limiting beliefs that arise about yourself. Begin with letting go of anything, any limiting beliefs that arise about yourself. If and when you think you're too nice, too old, too fat, too ugly, too poor. These are old, boring stories and excuses. And in truth, they are just tiny electrons passing through the brain, making you believe you're in some prison. Tiny electrons passing through the brain, making you believe you're in some sort of prison. Now, we can easily break free from any negative or limiting beliefs running around in our minds by surrendering to loving you. Trust in the feeling of love. Believe that love is the way. Notice how it feels to be a bit more gentle and kind with yourself. What does it feel like to accept all of your parts? What does it feel like? Ask yourself that. To accept all of your parts. Real love is deep and eternal. It has no reason why it loves. It just constantly sends out gentle energy, working its magic in healing all parts of you every time. There is nothing more powerful and transformational than pure, deep, eternal love. When we devote our day to loving ourselves, loving you, right? Devoting your day, devotion to oneself, being gentle with you, something very magical occurs. You start to feel the love that is already inside you now. Deep inside your soul is the infinite source of love, the energy of God, source, absolute consciousness, whatever name you feel good with giving it. These are all different names for the same thing. God, source, absolute consciousness, pure consciousness, pure energy. And whatever name you place on it, the energy is the same. It is creating your experience of reality in every millisecond of your life. It is the most benevolent, brilliant, and loving source there ever will be. Great statement by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. Neither a lofty degree of intelligence nor imagination, nor both together, go to the making of genius. Love, love, love. That is the soul of genius. Everyone on and above and below this planet they are all on this sacred spiritual journey together. This life, the life, is for our enjoyment, transformation, spiritual growth, and eventually our enlightenment. We are here to enlighten the load from our past. Let go of all the heaviness we've been carrying for lifetimes. Whatever has been burdening, blocking, or frustrating to us is not real. Now, if you were to go up to somebody and you say, well, I'd like you to take a look at something here. They say, okay. You see all this? You see the trees? You see everything? Yeah. You see animals, all that stuff? Yeah. That is not real. Now, of course, we all know the eye roll and how that takes place. The very instant we clearly see what is real, then everything changes immediately. There is a great relief inside as we no longer have to fight or resist anything in life anymore, in this life. The war's over. We can see the truth and accept that which we believed was totally unacceptable about ourselves. It is then that our greatest joy and freedom begins to settle in. There is nothing you can do to make a wrong turn in this life. There's nothing you can do to make a wrong turn in this life. Everything is part of your destiny. On an infinite highway where everything is connected, all lanes eventually reach the same infinite destination. You cannot mess up your life. It is, always has been, always will be, ever, beyond, and forever. Perfectly imperfect, just as it is. It contains all the bittersweet and all the sour elements needed to release our tight grip inside ourselves. Relax deeply. Find out that you are powerful, beautiful, and truly extraordinary. On those days when you feel that you made a wrong turn in your life, you know, where you got in trouble for not yielding to the other, where you had an unconscious moment and smashed into someone who you loved, it may feel like everything is lost. Maybe you were driving with one foot on the brake, the other foot on the gas, and mainly looking backwards in the rearview mirror. The discovery here is forgiveness. Let go of whatever mistakes you've made in your life, even though there are none. We call them mistakes, right? Divine calls them experience. Let go of whatever mistakes you've made in your life. They are last year's movie. Just observe the judgments of these movies about yourself without participating in that judgment. Welcome the experience of whatever your great error was and accept that it was a lesson teaching you something deeper about yourself and this life. By welcoming whatever judgments are showing up about yourself, the judgment-aholic inside gets to step down from its pedestal, and the hint of clarity somehow naturally finds its way in. A glimmer of lightness finds its way into the deepest, darkest night of the soul. When you fully experience judgment for whatever it has to say, without holding on to any story about it, the universe has to present to you with full clarity. So my invitation for you this week is this. Don't resist any experience that life gives you. Don't resist any experience that life gives you. Welcome all the good and bad you see inside you. Yet, give some extra special attention to that part of you that is powerful beyond measure, beautiful beyond words, and truly an extraordinary being who has access to unlimited love. Any resistance is futile and just makes you contract from this life and get even more emotionally knotted up inside. Now, if you must resist an experience in this life, be conscious about it. Know that it is your choice. There is always another way to experience who you are. Try this for 1 week. And a relaxing, freeing feeling will move on in. Just trust the process. Let go and surrender to what is deeper and already at peace on the inside. There is no beginning or ending in the journeyless journey to nowhere. You do not start from somewhere and you do not end at anywhere. You are where you are and you continue from there. Bodhidharma. There is no beginning or ending in the journeyless journey to nowhere. You do not start from somewhere and you do not end at anywhere. You are where you are and you continue from there. The key to everything is patience. Absolute patience. You get the chicken by hatching the egg, not by smashing it. Arnold H. Glasgow. There is a perfect timing within everything. Within every thought, feeling, and action, there is a divine alignment to the cycles of the seasons, planets, stars, galaxies, universes. For example, you cannot hurry the ripening process of fruit. Force a baby to develop faster. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky. Okay, you cannot hurry the ripening process of a fruit. We weren't able to, but we can now. Force a baby to develop faster. That we leave alone. We don't mess with that. Or increase the planet's momentum around our sun. That we leave alone. The planet is moving through around the sun at the perfect speed of 67,000 miles per hour. Right? This planet moves at 67,000 miles per hour, which takes us 365 days to make one orbit of the planet, of the sun. Now, if we could change it to move faster, it would throw everyone off flying into outer space. We are part of a vast universe that is carefully orchestrated with the most divine perfection. Once we are tuned into this perfection that is already here now, our lives emulate a divine synchronicity everywhere we are. The tomato falls naturally from the vine when it is ripe. And just like you, it naturally knows when to hold on and when to let go. And if you've ever grown tomatoes, which many people have, you know this is true. Tomato will drop from the vine when it is ripe. When you learn to live each moment relaxed in your body, you, all of us, naturally live in divine harmony with the universe, naturally. Our entire energy field opens up and we become receptive to whatever the universe brings our way. Through deep relaxation, there is a sense of acceptance and a deep feeling of being in alignment with everything. Relaxation is simply practicing being with what is, whether it's your innermost thoughts about you or your ideas about the outer world. Through relaxing, you naturally become patient and are in tune with the cosmic timing behind everything and can truly see that the world is perfect just the way it is. He that can have patience can have what he will. Benjamin Franklin. He that can have patience can have what he will. So where does impatience come from? The opposite of patience, impatience. It is an ego-based energy that stems from not choosing to be at peace with what is. It is an ego-based energy that stems from not choosing to be at peace with what is. It's an old habit brought on by not loving yourself, your body, your friends, family, and your experience of this world just the way it is. You tend to push or rush through an experience when love is not present. Rushing is truly an act of violence to your soul. Remember that. Rushing is truly an act of violence to your soul. It's all about the ego trying to make the river flow faster because it thinks once it gets through this experience, then the goodies will arrive and it will finally be happy, rich, fulfilled, and at peace. The big joke is that the ego never arrives at peace because it's a wanting machine. As you may have already noticed, your ego wants everything that it wants right now. Your ego wants everything that it wants right now. It is not willing to wait another day. It acts like a spoiled child yelling for mother to fetch its favorite chocolate. It wants exactly what it wants, when it wants it, and not a moment later. It doesn't care whether the season is right. It just needs to be satisfied now or else. Misery does not exist in reality, but only in mere imagination, Ramana Maharishi. By rushing to get things done. How many times can any of us look in our lives, and realize how many times by rushing to get things done, our body becomes constricted, our mind narrows, and our being misses this divine moment. But you can't tell people not to rush, eh? Because they're so in the habit of it. Rushing through, remember, it is a violent attack upon the soul by rushing through life. So your being misses the divine moment because why? The ego, rushing to get things done, your body, and here's where it's real crucial. Your body becomes constricted, your mind narrows, and your being misses this divine moment. And stress, worry, anxiety, fear come flooding in. With all this constriction, we block the manifesting vibration flow, causing massive manifesting delay and perhaps never coming to fruition. The ego is impatient simply because it feels separate from this divine ocean of existence. This suffering is caused by years of believing in the great illusion that you are not connected to the infinite source of love, intelligence, and power. The ego is obsessed with its own private agenda. It has its own separate, and I emphasize, quote, it has its own separate desires, time schedule, and has completely forgotten about merging with God and experiencing bliss. Whenever your ego is in charge, you will rush through each life experience and actually miss the greater mission of your life, which is to celebrate your life and ridiculously enjoy this amazing divine experience. You ever notice how many things we worry about? How many? Can you count them? When I was in meditation the other night, it's amazing how many things we worry about. We read labels on foods, worry about the food, worry about the water, worry about our eyesight, worry about our hearing, worry about our bodies, worry about being too fat, worrying about being too thin, worry about being poor, not having enough money, worrying about having too much money and being wealthy. It's absolutely insane that the ego mind has such a control over us. And to know this isn't, the ego isn't a bad guy, a bad thing. Whenever your ego is in charge, you will rush through each life experience and actually miss the greater mission of your life, which is to celebrate your life and ridiculously enjoy this amazing divine experience. Worry about drinking too much, worry about eating too much, right? These things just go on and on and on. And so the ego puts the worries, stresses, fears, constraints, self-criticism, and it's just amazing what we go through. Patience is the companion of wisdom, St. Augustine. By practicing relaxing into each experience of your life, you will magically increase your manifesting vibration and always bring your desires more effortlessly to you. By practicing relaxing into each experience of your life, you will magically increase your manifesting vibration and always bring your desires more effortlessly to you. Patience is a major aspect in the process of consciously manifesting what you desire. With infinite patience, you can send any request into the universe and it will easily manifest. People say to you, how long have you been waiting for that? You know, you going to wait for that forever? And you know, it doesn't matter what anybody thinks outside of you anyway. So you literally have the patience, or there's a statement, the patience of Job. The universe will answer your request. And the most divine timing is waiting for you. The question is, can you relax enough to wait for it? Right? It is important to let go of attachment to your future outcome and patiently allow the universe to answer your request. The most divine timing is waiting for you. But the question, ask yourself this: can you relax enough to wait for it? And you heard this before: hurry up and wait. John Oswald. Hurry up and wait. What are you doing? Hurrying up and waiting. One of the best ways to master patience is learning how to live in this society in a relaxed, open, and receptive body. This means living in the world, yet not of the world. Living in the world, yet not of the world. Being connected to the big rat race, yet not rushing to get ahead of the other rats. Whenever you are late for an event, right? We've all been there, right? Some you got in conversation, whatever, and we're late. Okay. Whenever you're late for an event, instead of rushing and freaking out about what might happen, enjoy the excitement of the journey there. Know that the more you rush, the more impatient energy you are creating. Whenever you have to, right? Whenever you have to wait for someone, instead of being impatient, choose to see that you get to wait. Whenever you have to wait for someone, we've all been there too. Instead of being impatient, choose to see that you get to wait. This is our opportunity of the day to practice relaxing into our magical manifesting vehicle. What if every time you had to wait, it was actually the universe offering you this amazing gift to take a mini vacation and enjoy yourself deeply? Waiting allows you to deeply sink into a vast spaciousness where you can taste the beauty of your infinite soul. Waiting is really just a form of meditation. Doing nothing means your mind and heart are completely in the now and not focused on the past or the future, and receiving the divine, deep, eternal love of existence. Be patient, and all the goodies you desire will spring forth into existence. So I invite you to imagine what would it be like to be infinitely patient? There are so many opportunities to practice patience, such as sitting in traffic, at stoplights, with children, your partner, or even waiting for the right moment to speak your truth. With each opportunity, I invite you to notice how you feel inside as you drop deeper into choosing the experience of being patient. I invite you to wake up tomorrow morning and consciously choose to meditate for 15 minutes on the idea that you are infinite, eternal, and will never die. Return to this awareness throughout your day, and you'll experience a tremendous shift in your ability to be patient, and also see an increase in your manifesting abilities. Patience and perseverance have a magical effect before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish. Patience and perseverance have a magical effect before which difficulties disappear and obstacles vanish. John Quincy Adams. It's all about deciding for ourselves, right? Now, we've all rushed through life. We rush through life. We rush through, we're running late, or, we're driving and we got to get somewhere. We're in a hurry. We don't like to be going slow or doing any of those things. So we rush through life in a hurry. Rush, right? To get somewhere. That's the rat race. That's the ego mind. Always being in a hurry. Always feeling like you've got to be doing something. Right? So, what happens? And it's the opposite of that where we experience peace. It's the opposite of all that, on where we experience peace. And I refer back to the tortoise and the hare a lot because it's such a great story, and it depicts a wonderful message. There is no race, is the point. For any of us. There is no race. There's no banners, there's no flags, there's no gun going off at the start, and there's no finish. In this life, in our existence, always and forever. We enjoy things. We experience things. Are we in a hurry to get through life? Does that make any sense to anybody? We're in a hurry to get through life. Darting here, dashing there. It's ego mind. But to know that is one thing, right? To checkmate, it's another. And this is the only way you can do it is going into the now. Focusing slowly, easy and slowly in through the nose on the breath, easy and slowly out through the mouth with the breath. And you focus on the breath, and you're in the now. Every time you focus on your breath, you're in the now. And from the now, you can master the ego mind by watching it, say. You master it by watching it. You don't judge it. You view it. You see how it operates, and what it does, and its insecurities, and its hurriedness, and its fears and frights and everything. And the longer you are able to stay in the now, the less the ego mind can influence you, because it doesn't exist in the now. And when you realize that the only thing that is real is the God that you are in that body, And it is the only thing that never changes. Unreal changes constantly. It's got to keep our attention, right? The unreal has to keep our attention. So what? It's changing, right? You look at your body. Look at your body 30 years ago. Look at your body now, right? It's constantly changing. At first, you don't know it. Cells dying, things deteriorating. You don't know it. You can't see it. But as time goes, then you start seeing things. Then the ego mind says, ooh, can't have that. Ooh, can't have this. So we worry, stress, and fear about how we look. Right? And you imagine that when this civilization comes to the point where it just says, I wear what I want because I like what I have. I enjoy it. Enjoy everything you can. We are not here for very long, seriously. You think 1,000 years is long? It's not. And so we rush through life. We're in a hurry to get nowhere. And that's the truth. And so when we get nowhere, we leave life. We leave the body. And all the things that we ever wanted to do, in most cases, we never did. You know why? Because the ego mind had mastered us so artfully that we were constantly worried, stressing, and fearing, rushing through life, trying to get ahead, trying to get there, get somewhere. I've got to get somewhere. I've got to get somewhere. I'm late. I got to hurry. I got to hurry. Okay? Instead of just letting go and enjoying the ride. And when you come across people like this, it's a good lesson. It teaches us that what it looks like from a different mirror reflection of yourself on what it looks like when you're rushing through life. Doesn't it? It's a good thing because it shows us, that's me rushing through life. That doesn't look fun at all. It really isn't. Any of you that have rushed through life starting to figure it out. What in the heck am I such in a hurry for? Why do I have to be here at a specific time? Why do I have to do this? I don't have to do any of it. It's like when the seasons on this planet, which are wonderful because we have breaks and nothing is monotonous, and we've designed it that way. So, we have cold, we have hot, we have cool, we have warm, and everything flows perfectly. Have you ever just sat somewhere and stared at it? Out your window, who knows? Pulled over into a park with your car. Just sit there and stare at it all. Take it in. Because in reality, the true reality, you, the God that you are all of it. And as Albert Einstein stated, everything is energy. And that's all there is to it. Match that frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but to get that reality that you created for you. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. It's physics. We are the God. We are pure consciousness. We are pure energy. We are pure extraordinary, magnificent, stupendous, magna glorious. We are, all of us. join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out.
Hello, fellow brothers and sisters of the light. I am Julie Joy, and for some unforeseen reason, the closeout is missing. Sometimes it's my internet, sometimes it's his internet, sometimes it's just a mystery. I've been recording these meditations for Jared since 2017, and we both appreciate your support and loyalty. And by support, I mean merely sharing with your friends. No financial support is required or requested on this channel. Thank you so much for listening.